Welcome to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Nedling. You are about to discover impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you, so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Be sure you visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now tune in, get ready, and enjoy the journey of emerging as a leader of exception in the 21st century.
Welcome, everyone, to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast. I'm your host, Vicki Nedling, coming to you from Roswell, Georgia. Today, my guest is Lisa Staff. Let me tell you about Lisa. She has been photographing fashion and connecting with people from all walks of life for over 20 years. She heads one of the most sought-after photography studios in the Carolinas and photographs design, weddings, and fashion in Hilton Head. I love Hilton Head. She also is an internationally featured wedding photographer in publications in Europe, the Americas, and Asia. A Canadian transplant to Hilton Head. Why wouldn't you?
I know.
She now loves calling the Low Country her home. In addition to running Lisa Staff Photography, Lisa's currently the acting photography director and Instagram strategist for the upscale boutique magazine, Local Life Based in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Please join me in welcoming Lisa Staff.
I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, so I don't have to ask you the first question because I just told everybody the question over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Southern girl now.
Yes, ma'am, y'all. So when we moved to Georgia, one of the first places that we started to go to vacation was Hilton Head because it's 4 hours away. But as I said, who doesn't love Hilton Head? It's just wonderful.
I totally agree.
So let's get right into it.
The hardest thing is, you see everybody with the winter clothes and all the layers and you're like, oh, that's so cute. And it's 80 degrees here today in the winter. So we never get to wear those cute clothes, but that's fine.
It's actually 77 today here in Georgia. So it's crazy. And then, Sunday it will be 40 or something. Crazy weather. All right. So when did you first get started in photography? What was that drive that took you on that path?
I don't know if I should tell you dates and ages, but I'm going to.
Oh, you can just, well, I tell everybody my age.
1987. So I started out, I was modeling at that time. So it was a long time ago. And I got married and I was just more comfortable being behind the camera instead of in front of it, much better at it as well. So that's kind of where I found my joy and my passion. So I've been doing it for a long time. There's been a lot of changes. Industry is fantastic. And, for an introverted extrovert, it's a great way to get out and meet people, fantastic people that are hiding all in your community or, wherever you're traveling to. It's a great way to connect with people.
Awesome.
And live vicariously through them, basically.
I know. We have a lot in common. We'll have to have another podcast on this. So what are the top 3 things that you would share to somebody that is a budding photographer when it comes to being able to tell a story with your pictures?
I think first of all, you need to be able to be comfortable around other people, be able to connect and really enjoy listening and being around other people. I think as well with all the talk about niching, know your niche. That's great to an extent, but sometimes it's really hard to just say you just are doing weddings all the time or just doing babies or families or whatever. I think you experience growth when the shoot that I was doing this morning, I was doing interior design yesterday. I shot a gentleman that's a landscaper for a magazine today, totally different. He came out barefoot, not dressed, and I'm just like, okay. But it puts you in difficult positions or positions where you have to learn and, connect with people. So figure out what your niche is, but don't be afraid to step out of that because that's where you experience growth.
Awesome.
I'm supposed to give you one more, aren't I? Don't take social media as serious as people want you to take it. I'm going to say that, and have a healthy relationship with it, because I think we all have comparisonitis. We don't feel like we're measuring up. We feel like everybody's highlight reel is their normal life. And I think you need to find out where that really aligns with you. You can pick up your phone first thing in the morning and all of a sudden it's noon and you've done nothing, and you get off that phone and you feel horrible. You feel everybody else is doing things better, doing more, all of that. So establish a really healthy relationship with social media. Post what you need to post, tell your story. Don't be afraid to show up, whether it's in stories like today. I got in the car and as I was driving, and I'm just talking about what I'm doing or talking about the people that I'm connecting with. It doesn't mean that you have to curate the perfect image, because people are just scrolling by there anyways. It's just a social proof right now. So figure out how to use that and how to connect with other people. I've established great relationships through social media. And so don't let it be a detriment to you. Just nobody needs to be on there 24/7 dancing. Okay. And those are the people, and you don't need to wear yoga pants to be on it. You can just show up and be you, and people will connect with someone that's being real and authentic.
That's for sure. Great advice.
That was a rant.
No, that was a good soapbox to be on. I'm on that often too. I agree. There are a lot of great things what social media can do for you. It's just like anything, it's just how you use it.
And I think as well, you need to create a holistic routine around your business as well. So I think we quickly drop everything that we're doing because, oh, someone's called us and they want us to do this job, and you set everything else aside. So you're setting aside maybe your morning routine, maybe doing some movement, some exercise, reading something, educating, or maybe you take Mondays off usually because you want to strategize on your business. You want to do some bookkeeping. You want to get your roots colored. You want to do some self-care. So look at that in a way with your holistic routine, that if you call the dentist to book an appointment, they're going to tell you, oh, we've got an opening for you in 2 months. People don't know that you're maybe just going to get groceries that day because you haven't had groceries in the house for a week. You don't need to give up your free time that is for self-care and your holistic routine for some quick money. They can wait.
That's right.
Sorry.
So what are the steps to overcome roadblocks or challenges that will come every day?
I think managing your time, and I talked a little bit about that, just managing that and coming up with a system. Like, be vigilant about finding tools that save you time, save you money, create an automated system that things just flow. And that takes a little bit of work at the front end, but it'll save you a lot of time after. So I think setting out a strategy to create, connecting through other people and create a reputation. So whether you're in your own business or you're working for someone else, that you can take that reputation with you wherever you go. That's bankable right there, that they know when they deal with you that you deliver on time. You're great to be around. They feel good. They feel energized, that you love what you do, that you're connecting with them. So that, not putting all your eggs in someone else's basket, developing yourself. And don't be, there's so many big, bright, shiny tools out there right now. Everybody's jumping on the next thing and everybody's using the right lingo. I think before, in the last year, it's been authentic. It's been, I'm holding space for you, putting this in this container, all this like heady, mindful stuff. Be who you are, educate yourself, and always learn. But, iPhones are coming out every 6 months.
That's true.
You don't need to 2.0 continuously. You need to strategize and pour money into what you need to pour money into. And sometimes it's not the big, bright, shiny things. It's something that is going to move you forward, but it's a little deeper.
Yeah, so true. So we're running low on time. I want to get to this one. How did you get featured in those magazines that are in international, the Americas, the Asia, Europe?
Okay, here's the big trick. You create relationships with people.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. And it becomes a very small world. It's 1 degree of separation at some points. And you just show up. You're nice to work with. You deliver what you want, but you create those relationships. So I had to rebrand myself in the last 3 years. I walked away from I was married, the business was in my ex's name and all of that. And I had to rebrand myself, and I rebranded myself by connecting with some people authentically that we enjoyed each other's company. This person was starting a magazine. She knew what kind of work I did. We connected. And from there, it just grew. It just continuously grew. And the more that you do and you show up and you love what you do, there's going to be a million people out there that do what you do, or maybe they do it better. But you can't let that stop you, right?
It is about the relationship. It absolutely is. Because I don't want to work with somebody I don't like, or that is rude or whatever. There's another person down the street that can work with you.
I know. And I think there's jobs that we come away from sometimes, and I've finished jobs where I've been shooting for 5 days, and you're driving away from that job and you're like, I am so glad that's done. And then you think, okay, so what did I learn? What am I going to change? What am I going to change so that, I'm showing up and delivering in the best way possible?
And maybe deleting that person from your phone contact. Talk to us about Instagram and Pinterest. We touched on it earlier about, not being overwhelmed or sucked in, if you will, by those. But there is a strategy that you should have for those, even, outside of your business as a photographer. But anyone, me as an entrepreneur, any entrepreneur that's trying to build relationships, how can they do that strategically on Instagram and Pinterest?
So there's a lot of great apps. I use Planoly. So I have, I don't even know, like 200 photos that are actually loaded up in there that I can pop on there every time I want to. I don't show up every day anymore. I think a couple years ago, I was like posting so regularly. I'm a little bit more casual, but I'm a little bit more intentional about what I'm posting. And I try to be, for longevity, I'm just going to pop things into my stories and show up that way. I'm going to ask questions, do polls in there, and then people are reciprocating there. I got some stuff in yesterday from my Black Friday sale. It has nothing to do with my business. Usually I'm posting a lot for my business, but I don't want to be super salesy. Like show up, but don't be salesy. And I was just asking questions. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 80 degrees here. I don't need these winter clothes. Should I be returning them? Or, or is it going to snow here? And then you just receive that banter back and forth. You're talking with people. It's not salesy. There was someone that I was going to hire for something specifically for myself. And when I checked out their Instagram, they were doing, no shame, but I'm actually giving them shame. You know how everyone now is using that, whatever is the popular voiceover, and they're miming to it.
Yes.
This was someone that was supposed to be a doctor, was supposed to be a professional, and they're saying like the trendy things. I am never going to do business with someone like that, because I don't know what value are they bringing me. They're not showing up as a professional. I can't relate to them. Like, where's the value? So don't jump on the trends. Do something that from your gut is going to speak to your avatar, those people that you want to reach. You don't need to speak to everyone. You don't need to be a TikTok dancer. Just do something that you can continuously do. And you're not gonna be like, after a week of going full strength, you'll be like, I can't do it anymore.
Right. So what do you wish you had known when you were 20?
That I am enough. That might be too, but I am enough, right?
That is awesome.
At 20, you're just trying so many different things. When you get into your 50s, you don't care so much, and you have these relationships with people that you're just talking. You're having a conversations that you never had at 20, because everybody's trying so dang hard. Just know that you're enough, and show up with people and just enjoy people and have those conversations. I have a great group of ladies around me, because I'm not going to get that brag letter at Christmas where they pretend everything in their life is perfect. You can show up and you can say, hey, my kids are doing this. What did you do in this situation? And it's all good. Or you're like, hey, I can't do that. I'm getting my gray covered today. And they're fine with it.
That's true. All right, rapid fire time.
Oh my gosh.
So best visual storytelling experience you had, if it was at a wedding, or for a nature shoot, or, what was the one that when you looked at that portfolio of photos that you had, that you said, oh my God, this is what I felt whenever I look at that?
Okay, this is terrible. I'm going to be super narcissistic, but I went on a trip with a bestie, a girlfriend that we went, and we went to Greece and we ate. We've done Italy, we've done all the places but Greece. I still use those photos on my Instagram. People think I'm still in Greece, and that was a couple years ago.
I love it.
So just, whatever experience you can be in as a photographer, when I can stop and take a picture, that's my way of just reclaiming that moment.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all of those moments where it was just food, wine, and beautiful lighting everywhere.
So awesome. Secrets to staying focused when the subjects you are photographing are not.
My subject today, I don't know if he was a little high this morning.
Oh no.
Would stop in the middle of a sentence and just like space out. So I just always create that conversation. I'm always trying to have banter, make people feel comfortable and bring them back to, because most people hate getting their pictures taken. And some people drink before they see me. Because they want to get comfortable.
And they figure that.
I know. So I think it's just making people feel comfortable and bringing them back to, hey, we're creating a story for you. We're going to create branding for you. This is going to be great, and keeping them comfortable.
That's right. And I can also
stopping them from drinking. Yes. And all else fails, Photoshop is a gift from heaven.
That's right. Oh, what's the best part of doing what you do?
Getting out of the house and meeting all these people. I'm afraid that I would be a horrible introvert and just eat chocolate all day if I did. So I'm, I think and this is probably too much information, but when I was first going out again under my own name a few years ago, I would be sobbing going to a shoot. Like, I don't want to do this alone. I can't do it. You'd go there, you'd meet these people. You had no idea. They elevate you, the vibe that you get from them.
Yeah.
And I think, COVID, we don't want to talk too much about it, but I think that just not getting out and vibing with people, you underestimate the power of communicating and relating with other people. So
that's absolutely true. So in your opinion, what is the value, the benefit of a great photo for your brand or for your business?
Personally or for other people?
For other people, if they want a photo to put on their website or whatever, what value does that give for recognition and whatnot?
I think it's a way of people connecting with other people. And, it's horrible, but first impressions are so important to us, aren't they? And we judge people on that. And it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible statement on the human race. But when it's something that you can relate to and shows your brand, whether have one image or the other, it just speaks volumes. A picture is worth 1,000 words, right?
Awesome.
So don't mess up.
There's always Photoshop. All right. So this is my warning to those that are listening, that I'm going to share my screen for those that are watching. And if you're listening, please go grab a paper and pencil, because you're going to want to get Lisa's information so that you can check out her website and her Instagram and connect with her. All right. So her website is lisastafffphoto.com. That's LISASTAFFPHOTO photo.com. lisastafffphoto.com. She is on Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram using her name with some other things, but if you just search Lisa Staff, you'll find her. And so I want you to just grab that screenshot right now so you can be sure to connect with her. Again, go to Pinterest, Facebook, or Instagram to see some of her great photos, and I'm sure on her website. So it has been an extreme pleasure. I'm going to have to look you up when I come to Hilton Head the next time, so we can have some
Taco Tuesday. Let's do Taco Tuesday.
Yes, Taco Tuesday.
$15,
awesome.
2 tacos, and a margarita.
Yes, ma'am. I'm right there. It will be so fun, and we can talk all more about photos and things, and dig deeper into your background. But it's been such a pleasure, and as always, I say to remember that life is a journey, and it's up to you to enjoy the ride. This is Vicki Nettling signing off.
Thank you for tuning into the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Nettling. where we share impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Remember to visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast.